Hey y'all, welcome to Pleiadian Point of View. I'm Peyton with Peyton Energetics, and I'm a Pleiadian channel and starseed coach. So in today's video, we are going to be continuing the conversation that we have been having over the past couple of videos about limiting beliefs. As we have been hearing from the Pleiadians lately, this is our biggest area of work right now. This is one of the areas that they have been identifying that humans are having some trouble with. So in the past couple of videos, we've been digging into this very complex topic of limiting beliefs. We're going to continue that conversation today and in the next video, digging even deeper into this topic. So today we're going to be focusing on how to identify your limiting beliefs. Then in the next video, we're going to return to our conversation about some of the techniques for letting them go. But before we jump into today's topic, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. Now, no conversation of limiting beliefs is complete without a chat about how to identify them. Because here's the thing about beliefs. Some of them are very easy for us to identify, right? Most of us know we've got some issues around money, we've got some issues around the body, we've got some issues around our worthiness, our self-worth. But one of the tricky things about limiting beliefs is so many of them are hidden from us. Most of the beliefs that cause us the most grief in our life are deeply held at the unconscious level. And as you know, if you've seen a few of my videos, those things that are unconscious are the ones that give us the most trouble. So one of the things that is tricky for us as light workers and starseeds when we try to start releasing our limiting beliefs is we have to figure out what they even are. So of course, some of them are easy for us to identify. All of us could probably write down a list of 5 or 10 things that we know are limiting beliefs for us. We don't know why we buy into it, but we just know that we do. But we also have a lot of limiting beliefs that we don't realize we're holding. And a lot of these come down to things that we have inherited. We inherit a lot more than we realize from our bloodlines, from our family lines, and limiting beliefs are a big part of that. We also don't realize that when we came into this fabulous incarnation, that we brought a lot of limiting beliefs from our soul entity. Our soul is trying to let go of certain things in this lifetime. So we may not even know that we have certain particular issues because they were really things that were problems for us in parallel lifetimes. So we may not even realize that we have an issue with this or with that because it doesn't really show up in our current experience, but it is causing us trouble energetically. So knowing what these things are that are very deeply held at an unconscious level is one of the things that makes it tricky to identify our limiting beliefs. We have to make the unconscious conscious. So when we are starting a process of releasing limiting beliefs, and y'all, this is the most important thing we can be doing right now, because this is how we release ourselves from the cage of 3D. 3D is just a belief. And so when we start to want to move into the higher energies, the first thing we have to master is releasing those beliefs that keep us in a 3D projected reality, right? Because we can only be manifesting a life that matches our beliefs. So as we've been talking about in the past 3 or 4 videos, our beliefs are everything. So one of the first things that we want to do when we are starting to focus more on this process of upgrading our belief structure is to start to identify where we have trouble. So how do you do that? How do you identify something that is unconscious to you? Well, one of the ways that the P's have kind of coached me through this is to have me start with the things that are obvious limiting beliefs. So a good way to start this practice to kind of get your feet wet with it, master your technique, is to work on those things that are conscious. So don't stress yourself out trying to find all those little things that are lost in the weeds until you have mastered the things that are obvious. So take that list that you made a few minutes ago of your top 5 or 10 limiting beliefs, and those are a great place to start, right? Because one of the things about identifying our limiting beliefs is that our beliefs form webs. So one belief is built on another, which is built on another. And so once we start to pull on the threads of our limiting belief, it helps us bring some of the unconscious up to the conscious. So one of the best ways to start this process of breaking down limiting beliefs is to start with what's obvious. Okay, so once you've done that and gotten yourself a nice little list of all those beliefs that you know you need to work on, the next thing is to dig a little deeper into what that belief is actually about. Because here's one of the things that we don't always realize when we start to work on our belief structures. That is that our ego mind is going to go to great lengths to hide the real issue from us. This is just part of the 3D body-mind system. If it was easy for us to dig out and eliminate our limiting beliefs, we would all pop out of 3D instantly. So our higher self had to make this game a little more challenging. So one of the ways that our 3D egoic structure, which is basically our brain and our nervous system, is designed to operate, is it's designed to hide our beliefs from us. Because if we don't know that something is a problem, we're not going to try to fix it. And as we've been talking in a couple of the past videos, the ego mind wants us to hold on to all of our limiting beliefs. That is what keeps us in 3D. So of course, the mind is not going to let go easily when we start to poke and prod around to identify our beliefs. It is going to distract us over here with this shiny thing. It is going to distract us with all the reasons that we can't let go of a belief. So we have to be prepared in this process to have some pushback from the mind. Now, that is never to make the mind the bad guy. The mind is part of us, but it's designed to perform a very specific function, and that is to keep us in 3D. That is what our 3D mind is all about. So it's not going to let go easily. So one of the things we have to be prepared for as we start to identify our limiting beliefs is that the mind is going to try to distract us with side issues. It may be trying to get our attention to problems we have with the body, problems we have with money, when really the belief that we are dealing with is something more fundamental, with unworthiness, with shame, with grief. So the ego mind is going to play with us a little bit for most of us. So one thing that we want to kind of be aware of as we start to identify our limiting beliefs is we have to be prepared to deal with our mind. So how can we go about identifying our beliefs? What is a process that we can use? Well, one thing that is a great way that I have found to actually identify your beliefs is to put things in writing. So a simple little exercise that I have found to be really helpful is to just sit with a piece of paper and write out your story, just in a paragraph, of how you feel about some of your big issues, because those triggers, those problem points in your life are showing you where you have limiting beliefs. It wouldn't be a problem if you had high vibrational belief structures around a particular topic. So the first step is just ask yourself, what are the problem points in your life? And again, for most of us, it comes down to one of 3 or 4 things as being our biggest problem, right? It's the abundance, it's the body, it's the unworthiness or relationships, and it's how we look at ourselves. That unworthiness, that guilt, that shame that so many of us carry, these are some of the things that are problem spots for most of humanity. So great way to start, just pick your top issue. What is the biggest problem for you right now? And then just start to write a simple little paragraph describing why it's a problem and how you feel about it. Because for most of us, the first couple sentences, we're going to be trying to be spiritual, right? We're going to try to be thinking positively. The ego mind is going to be in full force. But if you keep yourself writing for a couple of minutes, you're going to start to see the truth come out. You're going to start to drop those sentences where you actually show yourself what your limiting belief is. And again, when you do this exercise, it is critical to be completely self-honest. And this is something that is really hard for us as humans, right? We sugarcoat things, we make it sound good, we want to make ourselves put it in the best light. That's not the purpose of this exercise. We want to be brutally honest. We're trying not to hide from ourselves. So as you start to write out your story, and again, do it as long as it feels good to you. Maybe you'll write for an entire page. And I can promise you, if you do this honestly, you're going to see on paper a lot of your limiting beliefs around your problem area. So it's a very helpful exercise because a lot of us, when we're talking to friends or family or even to ourselves, just in that mental chatter, we're hiding the ball from ourselves. We're putting on that social mask, or we're just venting, right? But when we actually sit down and talk about what the problem area is, describe it to ourselves on paper, or pretend you're talking to your higher self, your guides, you have free reign in this exercise. Whatever helps you be most honest, most authentic. Just get that down on paper, and you're going to see a number of your limiting beliefs. You're going to see on paper that, wow, I've just never believed I deserved to have money. I thought money was for other people, better people. I thought money was only for people who were born into it, right? You're going to start to see those things that are the limiting belief that keep you stuck in a loop with that problem. So this is a great little practice, very, very simple, that you can do right now to start to identify your limiting beliefs. Because once we start to bring our belief systems into our conscious awareness, it's much easier to let them go. But when they're hidden, when we're not willing to look at them, that's when they mess things up. So that's a great little, very simple practice that you can do to start identifying your beliefs. And identifying your beliefs is always a great step before we get to the topic of how to release them. You got to know what they are. Now, there's another technique that I also find really, really helpful when it comes to identifying limiting beliefs. And that is, look at the areas in your life where you have negative emotion. So just the areas that make you feel bad. Again, for most of us, we're going to have the same top 5. We are kind of predictable as humans, but that may not be you. You may find that you have a lot of negative emotion around your appearance, the way your body looks, how you feel about your personality. So you may start to find that some of the areas where you have negative emotion, just what are those things that make you feel bad in life? When you see that story that comes up in the world, what are the things that make you feel bad? Because anywhere we are experiencing negative emotion, this is our higher self showing us we have a limiting belief. It is a foolproof system. We can't have a negative emotion about something unless there's a limiting belief behind it. The reason we experience negative emotions is to show us where we are out of alignment with our soul blueprint. Or as my guides like to tell me, your negative emotions are showing you where your higher self disagrees with what you are thinking. So if you just scan through your typical day, just identify those things that kind of always put you in a bad mood. That is a great way to start identifying where you have limiting beliefs. And then just ask yourself, what was I thinking about when I got hit with that wave of anxiety? What was I thinking about when I got hit with that just surge of fear energy? Anything that is making you feel negative emotion is very, very important. That is a direct message from your higher self that what you're focusing on, your higher self disagrees with. It knows it is not your authentic truth. So this is another great way, because when you work with the emotional aspect, looking at those things that cause you to have negative emotion in your daily life, you are getting real-time feedback from your higher self that you have identified a limiting belief. So this is a great, again, super simple exercise that anyone can do. And all you have to do is just make a note. What were you thinking about? What were you listening to? What was that video saying when you got hit with that wave or that flash of negative emotion? You've just identified another limiting belief. And what's beautiful about this process of working with the emotions is that it can help you identify some of those things you weren't consciously aware of. You may wonder, why do I have such a negative reaction every time that person opens their mouth? Well, it could be the energy that that person is holding, or it could be what they are talking about. Because when you start to follow your negative emotions, first of all, you move through them much more quickly because you're using them the way they were intended. You don't necessarily spiral out into fear or anger for hours on end, which you might otherwise. Instead, you come to a stop and you're like, my higher self is telling me something here. My higher self is saying it doesn't agree with this. Whatever it is that you're giving your attention to. So right there, you have two very simple but very powerful techniques to start identifying your limiting beliefs. Because once you start to bring these into your conscious awareness, it gets much easier to release them. So that is what the P's wanted to share with you in today's POV. Just help you out at this stage of the process in identifying your limiting beliefs. Because once you have them identified, then we can move on to the next videos where we start to talk about how do we release them. You gotta know what they are first. So that's what I've got for you in today's POV. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.